Did he move every mountain? Did he part every sea? Yes, he did. So yes, he can. Did he defeat the darkness? Did he deliver me? Yes, he did. So yes, he can. Those life-changing words anchor the new anthem of bold hope from the breakout all-sibling band Cain. It's called Yes, He Can. We'll trace their one-of-a-kind journey of faith, family, and music and explore the heart behind what they do, including the incredible story of their hit song, Rise Up, Lazarus. Madison Cain Johnson makes up 1/3 of Cain, and it is just the best to have you here, Madison. How's the day treating you?
It's beautiful outside. I'm wearing open-toe shoes.
Oh.
The day has been good. It's a little hectic. We leave for tour tomorrow, and so you kind of have that feeling like you're going to forget something. So, but I can tell it's going to be a good day.
No, you're headed out on a really exciting tour. From what I understand, you already have been out there a little bit, right? Doing live shows, doing a drive-in concert tour already. What has been the same from what you remember before the world changed, and maybe what's felt a little bit different?
It all feels new to me because we only got to do 5 shows before it was canceled because of COVID. And so, I mean, honestly, everyone's a little bit more distant, but just the intensity of the audience so far has just been incredible. People are so excited and thankful. We ended up staying probably about 2 hours after our last show just talking to people.
Really?
And I could just tell people are ready to connect and they just want to sing together. So it is, I mean, I definitely shed a tear at our last show, just at how thankful I was and how thankful everybody else was.
It really is one of those kind of things, isn't it? It's like we didn't know how much we appreciated just that live concert experience until it was gone.
So, I mean, it's really hard to replace. I did something at our last show where I just took one audience member and I said, okay, can you laugh for me? And they were very confused, and so they did a little laugh, and I was like, okay, everyone in the room, can you just do a fake laugh? And it was really crazy how it turned into a real laugh. And there's something about someone singing beside you that is really hard to replicate whenever you're just listening to music. We all did our best this year to try to feel as connected as we can be, but when we're supposed to assemble together, when God calls us to assemble together, it's for a reason, because it's hard to get that same spiritual connected feeling than when you're actually together. So now, it's good. I'm ready.
We're ready for you, by the way. Now, I have a question. This is not going to sound like a very sensible question, but I really do want to know the answer. All of us love to sing, right? Now, some of us not in public. We love to sing in private, whether it's in the shower, whether it's in the car. But serious question here. How much fun is it not only to love to sing, but to sound like you do when you do sing?
That is a huge compliment. So, oh my gosh, I've never even thought of it that way. It really is. Every now and then I'll catch Taylor's eye and we'll just like kind of wink at each other and be like, we love this. It really, I can definitely tell that God made us for this. So we're very, very close in age. So Taylor's 14 months older than me, and mom was telling me, Logan is just 16 months younger than me. So we're all 3 and 3 years. And at the time, Mom was like really sad because that was not her goal. And she was ready to not be pregnant all the time. But you can tell that God, he made us with this in mind. And so that's just a huge compliment. Thank you. It really is. It's not just me singing, but whenever we do like hold out a long harmony note or something, it just really is like, man, I feel like all 3 of us are 1/3 of a singer. Oh,
that is a beautiful way of putting that. And I remember something that Alyssa Barlow told me back in, 2011, 2012. She said,
oh, I love them growing up.
Yeah, she felt like there was something like a Christian sibling singer's ESP, like an extrasensory perception. You knew what the other person was going to do. You'd been singing together for so long, but you really feel that as well.
Oh, definitely. And honestly, more than even just I mean, I do think there's something about us. I mean, I think that we've been consistently for a living, been together for about 8 years. You know, like we've really been at this for a while. But a producer one time zoomed in on our wavelengths in our voices, and they were matching. And so it really is so much like that you can't take credit for is the fact that like we have the same, very similar DNA, very like we were both raised by the same people, the same way of shaping our words, just stuff that is it's hard to teach. You know, we were just blessed with that of getting to do it together. You know.
Yeah. Absolutely. Madison Cain Johnson makes up 1/3 of Cain, the ridiculously talented sibling recording artist behind the hit songs Rise Up and their latest, Yes He Can. You're on Faith Radio today.
Do you like Yes He Can?
I was just listening to it this morning on my Spotify, and it's so good. The harmony, I think, man, I don't know how to describe your harmony, but it is so pure. I wish that I could do that, but I can't. But it's wonderful that you can.
Thank you. Seriously, thank you so much for listening. We have, I had someone in radio tell me, they're like, oh, don't even try with another song. We still love Rise Up. I'm like, okay, well, yeah, we really think. So I'm just so thankful. Like I was so surprised by like the response to Rise Up. And
really?
So at some part you're a little bit worried, like, okay, I hope people like Yes He Can as well. So that's really encouraging to hear.
Oh man, and check out these lyrics as well. This is Yes He Can. This is the chorus, I believe, chorus number 2. Did he move every mountain? Did he part every sea? Yes, he did. So yes, he can. Did he defeat the darkness? Did he deliver me? Yes, he did. So yes, he can. Tell me about the journey to these lyrics because they are awesome.
Oh, thank you. So I remember, I was just like, I'm not going to take too much credit for this, but I was sort of on a rant because sometimes what I'll do is I'll write out the whole sentiment. Like before we pick the words, we'll be like, okay, what's the idea? And so I was just like, all right, so the concept is sometimes when you don't have faith, what you need is a good memory because like faith comes by hearing and hearing the word of God. So have you ever noticed if you're just sitting around and you start talking about the stuff that God has done and you start remembering, you'll feel this faith rise in you. Mm-hmm. And anyway, so my sister, she was healed of kidney disease. And so they thought that she was going to need to be on dialysis for the rest of her life. And like they weren't giving her even any hope. And she was miraculously healed and like has not had any problems with it ever since. And so whenever someone, we'll run into people and they're dealing with kidney stuff, then we'll tell the story like, hey, God has healed my sister, and you'll watch faith rise. So anyways, so the idea is like, man, okay, like if he's done it before, you know that he'll do it again. So that's sort of the idea. We just started sitting around the room talking about things that God has done before.
It's a beautiful song. I've really enjoyed listening to it. It's already going to the top of my Spotify has this thing where it pre-selects, the songs you have been listening to the songs don't listen to you. You listen to the songs, but the ones you've been listening to the most, it starts playing them back to you. And now that's already happening with Yes, He Can. Of course, obviously, Rise Up has been burning down basically radio stations all across the country in the most joyful way possible.
Oh, it's a miracle.
Well, you said something interesting before, though. When you were putting that together, when you were recording it, you could not expect the success that it's been. Is that really the case?
Not at all. So somewhere in my heart, of course, when we were sending it, I was hopeful that maybe we would listen to it or that, But then once the pandemic happened, we had goals to visit every radio station. We were going to be on a 60-city tour with Zach Williams and We the Kingdom, and we were going to get to sing the song everywhere. And then we went nowhere. We didn't visit I don't know if they've ever had a brand new artist not visit a single radio station, but that's what was our story. And so I truly was like, okay, so maybe music isn't going to work out. Like maybe I should go back to school. Like we were just I was just sort of brainstorming, like, okay, God, like I thought you called me to this, but if this isn't it, I would just cry. I was so sad. I thought maybe I missed the mark. And then around August, about 4 months after it went for ads, we started hearing it being played, and I just like would scream every time. I made a rule to never get out of the car until the song's over, just to respect and never take for granted that God has done this.
Wow. Well, I read something that you had said previously that really segues well with that. You said everything in our career to this point has been a matter of making it. Every song, show, or video had the undertone of, I hope this will be our big break. But it really took letting it all go and saying, God, what do you want us to say? How about that?
Oh, it's the lesson that God, He will not let you do it any other way with any career or anything. So during the pandemic, I decided, Taylor and we both didn't unpack our tour bag for about 2 months because we just kept thinking it was going to get picked back up. And we were just like, no, like this is going to happen. And I finally unpacked my tour bag, and the day I did, a girl from my church was like, hey, would you mind leading some girls in a small group? And I had been avoiding, like, really committing to something because I thought, well, any minute I'm going to leave again, you know? But I was like, no, you know what? Let's do it. And then we started leading worship at church again, and we were just very much just like, God, I'm here. You have me here, and so I'm happy to be here, and I'm not going to complain about it. And that's when we saw the song start to pick back up. So it truly is like all the time taking your dreams and letting them go. So it's painful, but it's the only way. Like God, it truly shows His glory in His hand that if He wants something for you, like He's going to do it.
Well, I want to ask you this as well, because I've really enjoyed your perspective. I noticed a number of artists and listening friends, just like myself, who love the music, noticing it seemed like during 2020 and in this early part of 2021 as well, it seems like the songs that we needed to come alongside us to remind us that God was still in control, no matter what we saw, no matter what we read. God just brought those songs right to our ears when we needed them the most. Did you, is that really what you saw as well?
Yeah, okay, so think about this. In 2019, when we wrote Rise Up, Lazarus, we were not thinking at all about a lung-based pandemic. So to even think the words, take a breath, you're alive now. Like, thank you, Lord. He knew what was coming, and He truly did. When we were writing this song, my sister pulled out a voice memo of her singing, like, she's like, I want to write about Lazarus. And she started singing, rise up, doing like that, the beginning of that melody. And then a co-writer, he just starts at the same time singing the same thing. And so it really was like God saying, here's the song I want, and give it to the church. So it truly is amazing. And so many other songs. Like one of my favorite ones was Josh Baldwin, Evidence. I see the evidence of your goodness all over my life. And Andrew Ripp, his song Jericho. It really was like, there are just so many songs out right now that are perfect. I've never enjoyed listening to Christian radio so much.
Yes. I thought the exact same thing. It was enjoyable before, but man, it has meant so much during this past year, and you've been a big part of that. So thank you.
That's crazy. Thank you.
Madison Cain Johnson with us today on the road. She is 1/3 of Cain, the ridiculously talented sibling recording artist behind the hit songs Rise Up and their latest, Yes, He Can. Obviously, it's such a blessing to have wonderful families in our life for all of us, but this experience that you've had of growing up and singing together and traveling together as a family band that goes back really pretty much forever. Talk about just how special this has been for you.
It really has been special. And I think that when you think about like God preparing you, we grew up kind of in a small house. So it's my parents and then the three siblings, it's just us. and the three of us shared one bedroom until we were like in middle school. And so we're used to small spaces. My dad, he used to travel on the road, and we would be his backing band, and we led worship at church. And so when you think about it, all of these little things along the way, they just make you ready. But I have major respect for solo artists because there's so much to do that's part of this. I cannot imagine doing it without my siblings. It really is so much of it. So, I mean, I guess we fight, we get into it and stuff, but we really do spend so much time laughing. And I would never do this alone. It's no fun.
The sound of your music, there is something so fresh, something so joyful about it. And there's this is oversimplifying it a bunch, and I want you to describe it, but this genre, the sound that you have, really, really right now is something that people are gravitating toward. When you think about your sound, how would you describe it, and what would you say really went into shaping it?
That is such a huge compliment, and it really is so interesting to look at the way you've always sung and it being a new genre, because it really is such a blend of things. So for a while before we pursued Christian music, we did some country music writing. Our grandfather worked in country music publishing, and he said, hey, if you guys want to do music, I can help you. And so we're like, okay, let's give it a shot. And so I think our music today is a combination of country music writing style, like story writing style. But we also listen to primarily Christian music growing up, gospel music. So I think that we love having the big gang vocals, the big choir vocals behind. And then we also, growing up, we would listen to sounds like the Eagles or Creedence Clearwater Revival or Fleetwood Mac. And so we would listen to some of that old 70s stuff too. So I do feel like it's kind of a combination of gospel, R&B, Southern rock, and country and Christian. So it's so interesting. So yesterday, our worship team, we made our own arrangement of the old hymn, Blessed Assurance. And so it really is interesting. Like when I hear other people sing stuff, I'm like, oh, why don't you bend your word up like this? Or why don't you do stuff? You just kind of you kind of make up your own little rules of how things should go. And it's hard to describe.
Well, that's interesting you say that because people have loved the covers that you've done of songs from other artists. So that's really kind of how your mind works. Like you're hearing something and thinking, oh, what could I do with this?
Yes, wouldn't it? Okay, so have you gotten to hear the cover? What all covers have you heard? Have you heard Egypt or There Was Jesus?
Oh, yes. There Was Jesus is another one on the playlist that keeps showing up because I keep listening to it.
Well, no one can do it as good as Zach and Dolly. Like they are the best. But we just kind of thought, okay, what if we made this kind of like Beretta Lynn in a way, like a really sweet version, and then really focus on using our harmonies to work with the bends of the notes. And yeah, it is so cool to me that you like the music creation part of it, that notice things like that.
Well, can I ask you something? You use the word bends when you're talking musically about the bends of a note. What do you mean by that?
It's whenever you're singing and you are like, the only way I could do it is to try to sing where you're just like,
yes.
Like you're kind of it's a way to get that when you all do it together in harmony, you're not just hitting the note, like attacking it right on, you're like slowly bending up to it.
Wow. So that's even harder in terms of, right? In terms of difficulty, that's even harder to do.
Yeah. Yeah. So like, where I've been and where I'm going, like that's the little bends up. Sorry, it sounds weird when I'm just singing by myself, but
no, this is awesome. This is great.
Okay.
This is even better than we could have hoped for. This is amazing.
Okay. So yeah, the bends, the phrasing, there's just so much fun stuff you can do as a harmony group.
Man, so cool. Well, thank you so much for letting us geek out with you today. This has been great.
I just can't. It is so respectful and so much of a compliment for you to have listened to our music, for you to care, and for you to care about the intricacies of what we do. That it's just, I really appreciate you.
Oh, well, thank you so much for those kind words. Now I'm going to ask this question now after some deeply spiritual and deeply musical questions. This isn't quite as deep of a question, okay? But
okay.
I understand that you always perform in the same color. True or not true?
True.
Oh.
It's turned into its own thing, kind of. People, for our upcoming drive-in tours, we're going to announce our color, and members of the audience can join and dress up too.
Oh, cool. That's really cool. So that
started kind of randomly. So we would always try to coordinate, but personally we dress so differently. And so we decided, okay, if we can just pick a color, then it's easier for us to match than trying to okay, well, we're going to pick this bohemian style, or we're going to do street style, or we're going to do, it's easier just to match.
That makes perfect sense to me. I don't know anything about fashion, but that actually makes perfect sense.
So it truly is so much of our group text is all right, we're wearing pink, cream, and brown.
That's great.
And then we just pick a color. And then, okay, there's an old movie. It's called That Thing You Do. Have you ever seen that movie?
Oh, my word. Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks.
I love that movie. It's a must see for every musician. So in that movie, Tom Hanks would say they would always wear one color suit. And so it'd be you guys look great in gold. You look great in whatever. And they'd always have a different color. And so we thought it might be cool to be like that band.
That's really great. What was the name of the band? I can't remember.
They were the Wonders.
That's right.
The one-hit wonders.
That's perfect.
Maybe we shouldn't be like that band.
Well, you're already the two-hit wonders, so you're already ahead of them. Oh, man. What a fun conversation with Madison Cain Johnson today. She is 1/3 of Cain, the sibling recording artist behind the hit songs Rise Up and the latest, Yes, He Can. Just a couple minutes left with Madison. First and foremost, if we do want to go, obviously the music available wherever fine music is sold or streamed, but where can we go to learn more about you, dig into your story?
Oh, absolutely. So we are Cain, the band. It's Cain is spelled like the murder in the Bible. That was a purely coincidence. We did not, it's our last name. I had nothing to do with that guy. No, CainTheBand.com, and that's where our socials are. We're the only people that run our socials, so if you get a direct message from us, that's us reading it and responding, and it's as good as a text message. So if you follow us there, then I'd love to chat. I'd love to hear if you heard me on here.
Awesome. Well, you mentioned this a little bit earlier, but just in terms of what's next, I know you have the travel that you're looking forward to. What can we be excited about with you? What can we be looking forward to in 2021 and beyond for Cain? Oh,
okay. I'm kind of convinced that this is going to be the best year of my life. I'm so excited.
Yes.
So there's some of it that it hasn't even been announced yet, but we have our Yes He Can music video coming out. We had a huge part in writing that music video, and it's got my dad in it, and my mom helped decorate for it. She hot glued 1,200 little fake roses on this backdrop for it. So, I mean, it's still very DIY, so I'm excited for everyone to see it.
Wow.
I mean, she even spray painted some scooters orange to match our orange outfits, so that is love. We have 120 dates for 2020 so far, not including what I'm believing a Christmas tour. So that'll be brand new for us compared to last year to be on the road that much. And then, Yes He Can. I'm praying for that song, and I'm praying that whoever hears it, that it just builds your faith.
Well, Madison Cain Johnson from the band Cain with us today. The songs Rise Up, Yes He Can. What an absolute pleasure. What a treat to get to know you a little bit today, Madison. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much